Hi everyone, this is LAR Games, and well, the new update is out, 2.4 I believe, and we have some new story quests. Um, I reacted to the 2.4 trailer, and what's coming up is pretty exciting, especially that I see that it's literally the next thing it's here for me to do. Go to Yujing Terrace and listen to Ningguang's speech. So, this one is called Jade Chamber Rising, which I'm really excited about because I've always really liked the Jade Chamber. I was always pretty disappointed that it kind of disappeared as fast as it arrived in the story. So, yeah, let's see what this is all about. I still have a pretty bad cough, so I hope it doesn't get in the way too much. Man, this is pretty exciting. I'm glad I didn't accidentally trigger this earlier, because the update has been out for like 2 days already.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Hooray! I mean, this has been a thing for a while, but it's finally happening.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project.
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project.
Where has she done things without it? Like, does she have a separate office or something?
Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to impress you today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
That last one seems difficult.
Uh, excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of those other two.
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the central components of the mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber.
What mechanical aspects does it have, actually? Like, could you pilot it? Well, actually, yeah, it was moving at the end of the Liyue story.
Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find, and in addition, the first 3 people who collect all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question. You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
Ningguang AMA, let's go!
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Liyue Harbor's development plan for next year,
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless. Whoever gets to it first takes the market.
Haha, what a coincidence. I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some plot strike just the other day. So excuse me all, but I have some business to do.
Good thing we had this meeting in the middle of the night.
No. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be snatched away from us.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal! Let's get involved!
What can we do? And we are technically the one that destroyed it in the first place.
What do you think? Interested? Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Well, this is taking a gamble. We don't know if she knows anything.
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business!
I don't think you're capable of that, Paimon.
And we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance. The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site.
Interesting.
Once you have collected the materials, please take them there.
Also, these birds are really bold right now.
I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do arrive, please seek out my secretary.
Is it the really weird, obsessed one?
Remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents itself to you. Do not let somebody else snatch it from your grasp.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, we'd better get going.
Hopefully I could take care of these birds before they fly away.
First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look!
Oh!
Seems like there's something kind of fishy going on over there.
Huh, I didn't think we'd meet her so quickly.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Ningguang has set up. As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private. We can get down to brass tacks.
Is she, susceptible to scams?
No, I don't need it.
Ah, don't be like that. Hey, come on, don't go! Why don't you stand there after her? Oh, right, yeah.
Well, that's pretty suspicious. The crane returns on the wind. Alright, let's see if these... Dang it. No, no, the birds.
Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out.
We're way behind schedule.
We are, actually. Most people have already done this. Madame Ping is there as usual.
They're not here. Let's keep looking.
Alright, these birds. It's so funny that, Ganyu's, like, literally the best hunter. Oh, there she is. But, she's a vegetarian.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run.
You don't sound like a good guy when you say something like that.
Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some Mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Yeah, that's not convincing.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
Yeah, she actually has an outfit, a unique outfit. You should be wary of those people in this world.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
She has interesting eyes. They're very, like, pearlescent.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't.
No more excuses! I know you have money. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a few bites. Then Shinyu at kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take a few bites, then you're on your way again.
Maybe she's a food reviewer. You don't know that. Maybe she's getting all that food for free because of reviews. Jump into conclusions a little bit there, aren't you?
How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us a little spare change, huh?
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
Yeah, this guy's the observant one of the two.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for...
Oh, you again.
Oh, they've done this multiple times.
Lilith. What is Lilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own business. I swear.
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Shenhe,
Shenhe.
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
I think he wouldn't be able to surrender at that point.
You can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff.
Laws.
Have you never heard of Tevat's quote-unquote laws?
No, apparently not.
Oh, you're gonna make Yanfei cry.
Really? So exactly have you...
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
Then what? I hope they explain the food thing.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that and the other, but only took a small bite of each dish. Then of course you're still hungry. So, anything in particular you're hungry for?
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals.
So she doesn't eat regular food.
Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal meal.
So she doesn't like regular food.
After all, you can't work on an empty stomach.
Well, good thing it's like right there.
Do you think Shenhe might be an adeptus? It things work here. If she is an adeptus, that would explain everything.
It would.
Where does she fit in with the other adepti, though? Paimon's super curious.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Ginseng, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
Half a pound.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Did you leave some for me? Because I haven't bought any yet this week. Or today. I think it's every like 2 days or something that the stock refreshes.
Thank you.
That's half a pound? Huh.
She's really eating them.
She's quite the weirdo so far.
Hunger has now abated. Thank you. Rather awful.
Oh, what?
Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go.
Where would it go?
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future.
Uh,
The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development.
I see. So she did like the food, and she did consider it actually food. It's just that she thought it was too good to keep eating.
Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains. That proves it. Paimon knew you were an adeptus.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition! And now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shenhe?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Well, that's always good.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier.
I feel we're assuming she's an Adeptus. She's probably not. I know she's a disciple of one, but I don't know if that makes her an Adeptus herself.
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective. We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then, we alone shall become the victors.
It's not that sort of contest. There's different games and or movies for that.
Vito! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
You know, I didn't expect her to be this violent.
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Course, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down. So, for Plustrite...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing.
Oh, this guy.
So, it's you.
Baishu, what are you doing out here?
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now.
Clearly.
I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by
There's
any
nobody even
chance?
attending the store right now. Look at that. They're gone.
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard of something called Sunset Vermilionite?
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. It's very rare indeed. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
I wonder if it'd be viable to like go into the impact site where the old Jade Chamber fell and get it from there.
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
I almost thought he was going to charge us a disgusting amount again, just like last time. I wonder if we'll ever go inside of here.
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a while. Oh, he looks so girl-like.
Oh? Why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Everyone's been completely caught off guard. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself shortly.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment. Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll discuss the matter of the guild's orders in more detail later on.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
Paimon waves.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of service?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
I'm sure a lot of people contacted him already for this.
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite, but only one piece. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction, and a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring about the price. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million mora.
I could probably afford that. I do think I can.
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's just not worth it.
But without any Sunset Vermilionite...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
No.
Who?
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away. Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some Sunset Vermilionite. After Sea Gazer passed, The abode was abandoned.
Wait, is it that one place? Like the highest point in Liyue?
I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! But is it really okay for us to just go and take his treasure? Wouldn't it be a little, you know, disrespectful? An Adeptus?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Seagazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him. Open-minded? I have not heard of Seagazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that? Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
She probably heard it directly from, what's her name? The bird lady.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long. So please, be very careful.
It's fine.
We will be.
We have Hu Tao. I haven't been here in forever.
Let's see. Shincho said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
She made it rain.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look! Is that a new Sealy over there?
Sealy! What?
The Sealy got to here and then disappeared.
Interesting.
Go over and take a look?
Behind a waterfall. It all led to this moment.
What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up here?
You should know how domains work by now.
Oh, so many clouds. It feels like we're high up in the sky.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset Vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really? Let Paimon see. Huh? Isn't that the Sealy from before? Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the clouds. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete. Oh, could there be something below the clouds?
Probably.
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art used for spatial partitioning. If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the Adepti art.
Destroy?
Then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are hiding, so we'd better be careful.
Oh, we get to use her. Alright, cool. I think she's a... Yep. I still haven't seen her in Miscellany. Also, does she float? She does float a little bit, kind of like Kokomi. Cool. I assume we can step on these. That always freaks me out.
Obey! Manifest!
Hmm.
Unleash!
I'll catch up.
Oh. Okay. Why does it have a boss health bar? No, let's keep trying her.
Manifest! Unleash!
Okay. I wish you could take photos inside these.
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this?
Alright.
Obey! Unleash!
Her burst is alright.
Let me scribe. The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Oh, okay, now we fall. Nice, Utao.
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first.
Oh, yeah, right. Let's use Ganyu this time. Oh.
Leave it all to me.
Well, good thing
To destiny. Decide
I was using Ganyu, which means I could save this. Yeah, it's just been sitting there, menacingly. It was only a matter of time.
We're gonna fall.
Oh, again? Oh.
So high. Luckily, there was a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently.
Why didn't I fight the Ruin Guard?
Hey, that Sealy's on the move again. Let's catch
I wonder what happened there. You know, these things have never been a danger.
Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Oh, that just reminded me of how she used to sound. She just sounds so much better. Oh, what the heck? Neat. I remember, like, in the beginning of the game, her emoting so much better. Her voice had more variance to it, and I liked that. Well, that's where I'm supposed to go.
Catch up. I must leave no stone. Let me scribe. Fate is upon me. Cross over.
Oh, I was hoping that thing would take damage too.
As a good knight should. Leave it all to me. Delve into destiny.
Oh no, my Hu Tao is full health. That's never good. You don't want your Hu Tao to have full health.
Let me scribe, born of ice and frost. Written in the stars. Time to go.
Now what? Oh, the Celia again.
Look over there. Could that be the sunset vermilionite?
That actually seems like quite the chunk. Let's just put that in our inventory. Yay! Wow.
Is this it? Is this the sunset vermilionite? It's so huge.
Makes sense.
That's true, but then again, why isn't it floating?
Is it not?
Prostrate doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Prostrate reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles of the mortal realm and ascending up into the heavens.
It would make sense. Otherwise, it just would be in the sky all the time.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after story. I don't care for
Cloud Retainer, that's her name.
I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
Hold on a sec. Paimon just realized something. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up into the sky too. But if we don't activate it, how else are we gonna lift it? This rock must weigh well over 1,000 pounds, surely.
I'm sure we have a ton of ore, like a literal ton of ore in our pockets.
Sure? Be careful.
Please don't worry. I'm I'm well aware that a plostrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged.
It's your safety.
My safety.
That's right. Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything. But if something this heavy lands on you, you're gonna get yourself hurt, no matter who you are. You gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects. It's just common sense.
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the plostrite. Let's meet at the building site later.
I wonder how she's gonna do it. She lifts up the plostrite and then leaves. What? What? She left some. Over there too.
We can't slow down yet. Let's go meet her at the building site.
Did I miss anything? Man, she left quite a bit. There. I guess if they ever need more, we could just come back. Sometimes these things happen. No, we're below the waterfall now. I wonder what would be faster. Probably this. Oh, would you look at that? What? That's awesome! Look at that! What? That's so cool! This is like the biggest change in the map so far. So I've been getting some weird performance stuff. Did the graphics thing? No, it seems to be the same. Weird. Oh, there she is. Look at that tiny ant down there.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
What's that voice acting?
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's got to be one of those adepti, surely.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
Are they wearing hard hats? That's the first time I've seen them in this.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations, this item is approved for submission. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
Hey, this is all me here.
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhua and Ningguang's little helper.
Ningguang's little helper.
So you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest plostrite specimen.
I still don't know how she was able to lift that.
But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
You don't deserve the name secretary. Ganyu already has a monopoly on that one.
Okay then, Miss Secretary. What do you think of the rock we found? Pretty amazing, right?
In truth, it is the finest piece of plostrite we have received so far.
Shucks.
If everything goes according to plan, we will use this
That looks really cool, by the way.
foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants. If you need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there.
Nah, it's cool. I have a mansion and a teapot.
Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Shenhua! Just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises!
Oh, I guess I missed that.
Really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Aren't you happy about it?
Unless they were talking about those people in the cutscene.
Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold their head up high and break into a big smug smile.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too. Way different than normal people.
But I am
Ah,
not.
okay, she's not an Adeptus.
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use, right? Let's go check in and take a rest.
You know what?
No need.
I hope to see.
I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
I hope we start seeing the teapot in the storyline a little bit more. I feel that would be like really satisfying to see. Just invite people story wise in there and have like meetings or something at some point. That would be nice. Just address that it exists.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own.
I don't know. Did you see how she could live? I mean, I didn't see it, but they said she could.
Tired? You go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. All right? Seriously, don't punish yourself like this.
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Wonder when Changyun comes into play.
I'll catch up.
Hi there! Checking in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left.
Out of how many?
Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. Visitors, business people, tea sellers, all sorts. So, business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky you got here when you did.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just through the door on the left. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you enjoy your stay. Please excuse me, I'll leave you to it.
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other room's ready.
So he said business is booming. Does that mean the people staying here are paying, or is Ningguang paying for everyone?
Hyman's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Hyman couldn't help but notice one of the guests walk in with a huge grilled chicken drumstick before.
Would like to see that.
Shenhe too. She can have it as a midnight snack, or save it for breakfast tomorrow.
I don't think it's gross enough for her.
I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door. See you tomorrow.
Hey, isn't that Cloud Retainer?
Oh,
What's she doing here?
hello.
Let's go and say hi.
No, she's not. Oh, wait, there she is.
Someone needs assistance.
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
Oh no, it's raining again.
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shenhe too, Cloud Retainer?
I mean, it's pretty obvious why.
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
Cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway?
She's not an Adeptus.
Shenhua feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better if we called her by her Adeptus name instead.
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shenhe
They're really
Adeptus
beating around the
name?
bush with this.
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what?
Yeah, I thought so.
What? You knew already? So is Paimon the only one who didn't know?
Not enough brain juice, I imagine.
To say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Yeah?
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene. Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old.
Oh.
In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
Well then.
That sounds so dangerous.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster
Wow.
for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and mentally, and are highly reliant on
So she's like
their parents
superhuman.
for survival, but not so her. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct
Oh
with
my
which
god.
she was born. One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after she was satisfied that one had no intention to cause her harm did she finally relent. She then passed out without uttering a single word.
This is an interesting backstory.
If you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhua might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shenhe may have still emerged the victor of the confrontation.
Essentially, she's been a badass since birth.
That's so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god in the first place?
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that she was homeless, one decided to adopt her.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that was fairly obvious as well.
Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts.
Even not being an
All the
Adeptus.
Adepti cherished her talents, and so we were willing to train her. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age.
Interesting and scary.
They grew stronger day by day. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy,
Well
she is
then.
prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must be bound with red ropes to keep her homicidal instinct at bay.
So she's like
The red ropes have indeed
insane,
made her
basically.
calmer
I don't know, on a
and more content.
spiritual level.
They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well.
Feel it might be for the best. Oh no, she's not going to go out murdering, is she?
It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you, and take good care of her.
As long as she doesn't go around killing.
Now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe because you were worried about her, didn't you?
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion.
Don't be so tsundere.
Correct. The truth is that while Liyue Harbor may seem peaceful today, danger is always lurking in the shadows. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will respond to the coming storm.
Excuses.
If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, the Adepti shall not hesitate to seize control.
You're content just being in the mountains.
Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching. Be sure to get ample rest.
So a funny thing about Cloud Retainer and Shenhe, before...
Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti.
Before Shenhe came out,
No wonder she doesn't like being
or was
treated
announced,
as an Adeptus.
or leaked,
Everyone falling over themselves to show their respect all the time must be kind of hard to deal with.
before all that, people thought, because they had discovered Shenhe's design in the game files, people thought that she was the human form of Cloud Retainer. And we could see that clearly that isn't the case. So 8 till 12. No, she left.
Hey, so Shenhe,
Please don't murder us.
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it?
oh, how did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me. After all, Master is... very talkative.
Indeed.
Sorry, Shenhe.
Especially about Ganyu, too.
Down as an Adeptus this whole time, but it turns out Paimon was wrong.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not
So those red
sooner.
ropes there are keeping her from killing everyone.
Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti, too. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an Adeptus or a human isn't the important thing. First and foremost, we're just plain old friends.
We're also plain old friends with the Adepti, too. Maybe a little more as well.
I must say I like the title, friend, very much indeed.
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching for the other 2 items on the list. But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the progress is going. After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able to find any. If it turns out some of them have given up already, we'll be able to take things a little more slowly.
So are we gonna get paid for this?
And another thing, we bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one
Whoa,
for
what's
you,
this?
Shenhe. Try it. They're so good.
Oh, oh,
Concur.
wow.
It
Oh,
has rich
wow.
flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Oh my god, they've been working hard. How do they do it so fast? The heck? Oh, no, hey. I'm not done climbing. Oh, really? Is that the limitations of the... No! They finish things quick.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky!
Though I imagine it's a lot easier to build things when geopowers exist. Same idea of, earth bending in the last Earthbender, the last Airbender, where they can build structures really quickly because of earth bending.
But it seems to be tied down by something.
Because it's not finished.
Hey, Bywin! And hey, baby! And hey! Person Paimon doesn't know?
Hello!
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place
Oh,
it in
wow.
the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
Sure, that's all fine and all, but can you please introduce me to Yunjin, please?
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
You are... Well, I mean, I know who you are, but who's your very attractive friend here?
Beidou? You're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Very nice to meet you.
Greetings.
Oh, I already love you. Just with a single word.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is, sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am their friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both.
Ooh.
I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plastrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side.
I really love her hair. Look at those braids there being a different color than her regular hair. That's really interesting.
Wow! So it looks like the three of us are competitors now.
Paimon, I don't like that tone of voice and your expression right there. You're not planning on killing anyone, are you? We've already rejected that idea from Shenhe.
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make.
I accept. When's the wedding? Wait, what kind of proposal?
Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us.
Interesting. Alright, yeah, that makes sense.
Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think?
Eliminate everyone else. Alright. I'm good with that.
Sounds great, but how does that change things exactly?
We're probably already first in the first place.
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yoon. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot.
Yeah.
Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon.
I feel like I already won the plasterite thing.
How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores.
I just read that as a wonder whores. I'm sorry.
From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Sounds good. Let's go.
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
So, we're gonna be alone with Yunjin?
Okay, let's go!
I'm all for this.
By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang Yunjin? I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion. Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go see it. The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Oh. Huh. MiHoYo released a YouTube video titled that, like, a few hours ago. I still haven't seen it, though. Should probably get further in the game before that. Alright, let's go see about the Wonder Whores. Wonder why that wasn't voiced. I don't think I've ever used him to craft anything.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf, or do you need something forged?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry, my brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. Even folks who don't make it to the opera all that often. Like myself. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber. The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
No, but we will, I guess.
We were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium.
I don't think I've seen any of
If I
that.
remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions.
Oh?
It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, that's trickier.
I don't have a vision, though.
Market. I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location of the stuff. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter Iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
Mount Tianheng.
No, if we...
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain.
Neat. What was I gonna say? Shoot, what was I gonna say? No! Why did I forget? Shoot, oh
I
well.
hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there.
I wonder if we get her after this quest. Because I know there's a free copy of her. So I don't have to roll for Shenhe. I certainly don't want any more Ningguangs or Chongyuns.
Someone needs assistance.
Ooh, look at that. No!
I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic towering peaks and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti. The divine damsel of devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place.
She's so good looking.
What's the story about, though? It's the story of a girl becoming a hero. Cool! A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite! The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared.
Ah, he must be one of those, what do you call them? Shoot, what's the word? Those guys who hate women. It's not red pill, though it also applies to them, I guess. They just hate them in a different way. Oh well.
The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. The husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness.
They're like the opposite of simps, but I forgot the term.
The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
Hmm.
What a nasty piece of work! Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place!
She's quite invested in this already.
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
Oh, is she the titular hero?
Don't do it, little girl! Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor.
I'm sure this resonates with Shenhe a little bit, considering the similarity between this and her story.
Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti,
Oh, okay.
and they took her as one of their own.
Yeah, okay.
Became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world.
I guess it basically is her story then.
And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how the opera ends.
How relevant.
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
A little self-depreciation there, don't you think?
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron! Yeah!
Hooray! Now. Whoa, 2 of them. Is it up? Oh wait, is that it? That certainly looks like something. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's so cool! And you can see where everyone's visions are. I wonder if it'll work with Venti, because he technically doesn't have a vision. Let's pick a couple of people
Ready for the hunt.
and see where their visions are located.
Klee can help.
And also Venti.
Give me a moment to compose myself.
Oh shoot, I didn't switch. that's where her vision is. And Cleese is on her backpack. Oh, so that's where it was. Okay, yeah. They bothered to make things make sense, which I always appreciate. Also, that looks like... Huh, that's also glowing. I don't really use Venti, so I haven't observed his design all too much. But that looks like it could be a vision location as well, and it's also glowing. Interesting. But yeah, it doesn't react to this thing, which is curious. And impressive at the same time. Where's the other one? Oh, up there. Canonically, the Traveler couldn't have found this because he doesn't have a vision, so they would need Yunjin's help.
This should be enough Star Splinter iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium.
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
I don't think this really qualifies as a village. It's more like the ruins of a village. There's only one actual house here.
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something?
Sir?
Huh. He didn't seem to catch that.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know anything about Subrosium.
What's he?
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, whatever. Guess we're on our own here.
He doesn't seem to be all there.
Let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
Oh.
It's...
So they know each other.
Shenhe.
Shenhe. You're alive.
Oh.
The rumors were true. So, all these years? I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But I think you can find some information in the village. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here. So you can rummage around all you want.
You know this guy, Shenhe?
I assume he's one of the people that sent her away. Like in the story.
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Okay, then let's see what we can find in this village.
I really love those blue braids. You know, I feel a time is coming where I'll have to switch out my party. But at the moment, almost everything can be solved with Ganyu and Hu Tao. A branch family of exorcists who used to live in the east of the...
God, an abandoned village, Mount Tianheng.
Used to live in the east of the village, but in around 2 weeks, the mother died of disease. The young daughter went missing, and shortly after, the father... Oh, God! The father hanged himself on a tree in the yard of his own house. It has been confirmed that traces of an evil god's remains were found in the village. The villagers are panicking as no one is certain whether the evil god's remains are gone for good. Do be careful when you're in this area. That is dark. I assume Shenhe is the young daughter? That means her dad hanged himself. Oh, man. In the yard of his own house. So it's like around here.
Does this mean that the true story of the divine damsel of devastation happened right here, in this village? The time frame certainly matches, so it seems we're in the right area. Let's keep looking around.
I wonder if she's gonna realize that it's Yunjin. I mean, I hope Yunjin realizes that it's Shenhe who the story is about. Let's see, the tree. Is it this tree? Did he hang himself in this tree? Oh my goodness, probably this branch too. This tree seems a bit... No, it might have been this tree too. Who knows?
Huh. What's this?
The doctor said you were gravely ill. Don't worry, I will give everything I have to save you. My heart bleeds whenever I see you getting wearier, and your illness beyond treatment. I wish I could suffer the pain for you. You said you had no regrets in life, and you only wish for me to take good care. Ah, there it is, yeah. Well, I guess this is where she figures it out. The only wish for me to take good care of Shenhe. But you regret nothing. Why the tears? So this is from the perspective of the father who hung himself, or hanged himself. I don't know what I've been doing lately. Though I still breathe, I feel like an empty shell. I read all the ancient texts I could get my hands on, looking for ways to save you, but it's utterly futile. I finally found it. It was Mingjun. He had kept the book that could save you hidden. I took it and followed its instructions to summon a god and offer a sacrifice. Oh no. The god appeared. I told him that I was willing to exchange my life for yours. He kept silent and pointed at our daughter, Shenhe. The god said that her fate was to bear the curse of calamity, and that she was prone to bring harm to those around her. The god also said that she might even have been the cause of your death. In that case, I thought I should. I left her in the cave that the god mentioned. 3 days have passed and still no news. I grow restless from waiting, seized by an ominous feeling. I'm sorry, my love. Forgive me. You too, Shenhe. Please forgive me. How stupid I was. How blind. Let me apologize to the both of you in person. Oh God! So he thought Shenhe was dead. His wife was dead, so he just decided to kill himself. That is, oh God, that is really dark. Well, at least she knows it's Shenhe now.
So, Shenhe is the divine damsel?
Yes, sir. I mean, ma'am.
Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it earlier. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple.
So things are a bit different.
And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father.
Yep. Had a similar reaction right there.
The truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it. It looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
Maybe, but maybe not. It is meant for entertainment, after all. It's not a historical retelling.
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Sabrosium.
We did discover some unfortunate truths, though. Oh, I was just looking up here because I felt that I might have not looked up here for regular loot, but I guess this is where I'm supposed to go. More writing? Yep. Okay, mountainous miscellany. Oh, a magic engraved on the Sabrosium does not wear off easily. Some believe the stone to be a bridge between the living and the dead. However, finding Subrosium is no easy matter. You need to be at the right place at the right time. Legend has it that you may find Subrosium if you stand in the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk and look in the direction of the setting sun. It's very specific. So dusk and the direction of the setting sun. All right.
So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Subrosium.
Interesting.
Let's go back and tell Shenhua the news.
It is a bit weird that it's taken all this time for her to go back and catch up with her family. So I can imagine it's not the happiest reunion.
We'll catch up.
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen, let it all escalate. Well, we all know how that story ended.
Yeah. Which tree was it, though?
I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way.
It's autoplay, not...
There's nothing
Oh,
he
okay.
wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
Interesting.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhua, we're back!
I'm very afraid to see what would happen if they remove the ropes, though.
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhua, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
She bothers to come.
We found some info in the end.
Very disturbing info mixed in, but yeah.
Shenhua, look! This tells us how to find Subrosium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake.
Let's go then.
Yeah, she probably feels some pretty mixed emotions here.
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts. So I'd like to change them.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
It's okay. I like your version.
Huh?
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Shenhua! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go!
Yunjin can talk all she wants, Paimon. Shut up.
We can't let someone else beat us to it!
It's fine. It's already dusk, actually, so I'm pretty lucky. Unless I'm a little too late. uh, uh, dang it, I'm too late. Oh, just barely too late.
Divinate?
Oh, is that Zhao? It looks like Zhao. Sorry, duck. It's like my 5th duck I've ever killed. Oh, look, there. Which one first? Guess we'll get the stuff first.
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in!
Are we gonna just ignore the random Zhao?
Curious if Beto's made any progress.
What's up, bro?
What brings you here? Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea?
Hmm?
Ningguang didn't tell you. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. According to the contract, as an Adeptus, I should not get involved for now.
Uh-oh, is that thing waking up again?
But these things can be unpredictable. I have a contingency plan of my own.
Interesting.
Only a single mountain lies between here and Liyue Harbor. If things get out of control, I will defend this place myself.
Okay. So we didn't even need to talk to him. Could have just left.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Why is this disabled? Like it's oh wait, never mind. Huh.
Oh, goodness.
So, are they okay?
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good end product out of these.
Good.
Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing?
At least you acknowledge we're the A-team.
I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research for him to get up to speed.
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next, but where should we find items relating to the Adepti?
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils.
Neat. This will be the easiest one of all.
When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her.
Neat. I guess she feels a little bit guilty that she had to destroy it.
Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you. And I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something.
She takes a piece of paper and then a crayon, and then just draws Adepti sigils on it, and then she's done. I really wish they would bother to animate these sort of things.
The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
Bare minimum, huh? Nice.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us.
She used black crayon, I see. Oh, that looks so awesome. It's gonna be so cool to have the Jade Chamber back in the sky. Also, it's really interesting that they actually managed to build most of it in only like a couple of days. I completely missed the ramp here. Really? Come on.
Ningguang's little secretary, we found all the materials!
Little secretary now.
Oh, already? All three of you found them together. Okay, I see. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners.
Easy peasy.
I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
Hooray! The rigging worked.
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the plus strike yet.
I can't believe it.
We're too good.
But so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Did she actually finish it already?
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here!
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
Alright then, guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first.
We haven't been there in so long. They're probably gonna, quote unquote, rebuild it in the exact same way, so they just reuse the assets.
This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
Yep. Oh man, good, good to be back.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the
Ooh.
Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment.
Interesting.
The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your work. Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement. You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you?
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage
Ooh.
our first performance right here, in the newly built Jade Chamber? The Jade
That seems
Chamber
pretty great.
offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the heavens. I can think of no better stage for you than here, Miss Yun.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly. Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
I guess we're gonna see her performance.
It's truly what a good opera deserves.
I'm looking forward to that.
The Traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
I definitely will, I hope.
You're next. What is your question? I should clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Well, damn. So, do you know anything about unladen swallows?
Wow, you're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well, guess Paimon will ask a question.
Oh no. What a waste.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to trends, and instinct for what is a good opportunity. All of these traits are crucial.
So, you can't do it, Paimon. You just can't.
If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Wow, Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
She already knows Paimon so well.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely for it.
Well, I mean, I feel like the chunk of plasterite we gave her is probably worth, like, an insane amount. So it's reasonable that she doesn't want to scam us, essentially. But I don't think anything that she would offer would be, like, equivalent to that. I think we gave her more than she'll be able to give back. So I have no idea what kind of question would even begin to cover that.
So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
Also, just noticed she has a big S on her head. I know it's not supposed to be an S, but it looks like an S. Super Ningguang.
Great! So next time we run out of Moro, we just need to come to Ningguang? No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
Yes, this is a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to squander it.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Be equally as dumb as your first one.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
I mean, if Ganyu can do it.
A sense of belonging?
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it, it always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come on, Beetle. It's your turn. Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest.
Well, that's kind of messed up towards the other participants. That was basically like... It means that there's basically only 2 winners.
Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not going to be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Interesting.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the...
Oh. I assume this is what
Glad to hear it.
Zhao was talking
Watch
about.
your back. Stay alert.
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know.
Feels like it's wartime. Or it's about to be wartime.
When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down
Dangerous.
upon Liyue Harbor far below. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Teyvat. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence!
Ooh, actual cutscene, please. Come on. Yes! Oh, that's so cool. Uh-oh. Well, that's what I thought. Yeah, he's back. Looks a bit different. Oh no, she's not gonna smash it again, is she?
Right on cue.
The Adepti aren't here either.
Osial's wife.
What?
Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
It did look a little bit different.
Sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No. In this human age, the people of Liyue must find.
So does she make something different?
On our strength alone.
Does she build it better this time? It seems so. It has more offensive capabilities than before. Oh! Kuching. Oh, hello. This is interesting. That's so cool. Uh-oh. That's a slow tsunami.
What's that? Wait!
It's a tsunami. Ganyu, I don't think your freezing will be able to help with that. Oh, hello. Wow. Direct hit? Oh my god. Probably hurt quite a bit. She gonna remove the red ropes?
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
Oh man.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
What is she gonna do? Wow, it's even... That's... Wow. Wow. Oh, that was the end of the cutscene. But what happened after? Oh.
Can't let you be the only one taking this risk.
Ooh.
I hardly see this as a great risk. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of my stamina, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
Okay, that works. See, Ganyu is the real OP one. Maybe her arrow would have done something against the wave. Oh.
Next on the agenda.
Okay.
Delves into destiny. Higher, hands on fire.
No. Come on, where's the other one? Oh, is this gonna be a new weekly boss? Oh, wow.
Steady as stone. Shadows of fate. Fate is upon you.
So 2 out of 3 down.
Leave it all to me. Let me scry.
This is a really cool looking boss fight. I think probably one of the coolest boss fights I've seen.
Shouldn't we go after her?
More cutscene, please?
This is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her.
That is so... We're underwater.
The consequences would be disastrous. Let's head back.
We're both underwater and above water at the same time. It's like the, It's like if the vortex? The water spout? No, vortex, I think is a better term. It's like if the vortex sealed on top, but we're still inside of it, so we're still, like, we can still breathe. So cool.
I'm just a little exhausted. Otherwise, fine. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek refuge somewhere else.
I mean, she's made of water. Also, look, there's some ore behind me.
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to finish the job.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you visit the Jade Chamber in the future, you will be afforded generous treatment.
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyan Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have returned to normal.
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Just like the hero in the story.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to protect you.
Aww. That's adorable. Shoot, okay. Now you're making me want her a little bit, game.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns with a vengeance, we must be prepared.
If she's a weekly boss, then we'll bully her every week.
Yes, ma'am.
She won't want to come back.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
I'm happy that she didn't sacrifice the Jade Chamber twice. She certainly upgraded its offensive capabilities.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shenhe.
I feel like if we hadn't, like, face planted face first into that gigantic mass of laser energy, probably would have gone fine with us.
That I do not deny.
Or Ganyu.
However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy
That's
another
what I
Jade
didn't want to happen.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidenced some degree of novel thinking.
Yeah, I noticed that too. They had like a bunch of like mass-produced Guizhong ballistas. So they've been studying up this whole time. Reverse engineering and whatnot.
You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared to the last time. Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to come in the future. Do not suppose that one will not continue observing you hereafter.
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liyue's safety.
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago, and noticed the air of dejection in which you returned. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Aww.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. She is a dear child. In fact, one has many fond memories.
Here we go again. Ganyu squared, I guess. No, Ganyu times 2. Still.
There'll be no need for that.
Oh. They are all like this. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you.
Aw.
I'm going homeward now.
That's adorable.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has weathered another crisis. This banquet must be the most spectacular ever.
Nice, it left us off here, thankfully. Also, have I ever been? Oh yeah, probably. You know, that ending with Shenhe there, it made me like her quite a bit more than I thought. I don't know if it's still enough to make me need her. But, you know, I feel like at least giving her a single times 10 roll would be the least I could do, essentially. Maybe we'll do it after the victory feast. Yeah. Oh, we can actually teleport to it now. Awesome. And we get to see Yunjin's performance too. Oh man, this is great.
Everyone's already seated.
Including me. Look at that.
It's Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber. The food here looks amazing.
I don't see any food.
All of you here are my distinguished guests.
At all. Look at that.
I am determined that each of you thoroughly enjoys yourself.
I'm looking forward to the performance.
Those who don't drink alcohol, please help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one. I trust you will find the marvelous view from the Jade Chamber to be an equally gratifying indulgence.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Yay!
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I've never missed any of Miss Yun's performances, and I don't intend to start now. I hear she's going to perform The Divine Damsel of Devastation today, the one written by her father. I've been so excited that I've barely slept the last few nights.
That is actually a lot of excitement there.
Hey, look! Miss Yun is going on stage!
Hooray! I hope they do an actual cutscene. Alright, let's hear this. Oh! Oh, we're gonna get... It sounds interesting. Very Chinese. Does sound pretty epic. I actually really like how this sounds, actually.
did you think? Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
That was actually really cool. And I liked how it sounded a lot. It's just, it did answer my question that I had when I saw her character demo, where I was wondering if they were just going to use the original Chinese singing. And they did. But it makes me wonder, if like it could have been done in a way where they translated everything but still had it sung in the proper like in the same way. Like exactly the same, just like in English where we could understand the words. That would have been awesome if they did it correctly. I can see why they didn't risk it. And this definitely was the most Chinese thing I've ever seen in this game so far. Even taking into consideration like all of Liyue, this did feel the most Chinese. I quite enjoyed this.
It was beautiful. Paimon wants to learn too.
It was wonderful. Also, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the Divine Damsel of Devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever.
I'm probably gonna rewatch that a couple of times.
The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
This is, I think, the most enjoyable animations that we've seen in the game so far out of all of them. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. I think
It was really different.
I needed to change.
Ms. Yun, here you are. Great to see you. Huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Yeah, that's it, like an adeptus. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The divine damsel herself. And look who else we have here, the illustrious traveler. Well, I'll be. This was definitely worth showing up for.
Feel you should probably rest a bit.
Let me pull up a chair, all right? We'll all have a friendly chat, get better acquainted.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you prefer to finish your drink via the orifice of your own choice.
Okay.
Uh-oh, this feels all too familiar. Shenhe's back to her old self again.
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe. Calm down.
Oh no, she's ready to kill. Oh, it's over. No.
To act, one must first feel. After our trip to Mount Tianheng together, I felt much more in touch with the character today.
Oh, God, I really like her.
Able to deliver a more profound performance because of it. Next time I have a new opera, may we study the character together again?
I would want to do lots of things together with you again.
Now that I think about it, I'm glad Master sent me here to deliver the sigils. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the chance to meet you. I'm sure I have much to learn from you in the future.
Man, this is such an enjoyable quest. Whoops, that's not the talk button.
You've made an exceptional contribution toward the building of the new Jade Chamber. I will not forget this. I shall be sure to repay your kindness at an appropriate juncture.
So, how do we get Yunjin? Wait. Okay, that was it. Oh, I can't wait to do Yunjin's hangout event. Oh man, that's gonna be fun. I haven't done any of these, but I've already tested her out in the first place. I'm probably not gonna record that. But I've not played Yunjin yet. Okay, well, I think yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot. I hope I could get a Yunjin, and if I get a Shenhe, I won't be completely disappointed. All right, let's see. All right, please, please, please be Yunjin. Okay. Oh, come on, really? I guess it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, that was awful. Ah, a Noelle, really? She's not even in the banner. All right, one more. I'm gonna do one more, and that's it. Come on, Yunjin, please. If I don't get anything here, I'm stopping. Yes! Yes! Alright, I'm happy. So I'm gonna have her at least at C1. Oh, Ningguang too. Alright, I'm satisfied. And that seems to be it. Very, very enjoyable quest line. I'm very happy with everything. And this is also one of my longest videos too. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.